Hi there! We're going to do some expanding brackets again. So this is the next bit in the series of doing these. And this time we're going to be doing some double brackets, which basically means double the fun. But first of all, we've got a starter for you, which is just to expand and if necessary simplify. Although I don't think these are going to need simplifying. They just need expanding. So this is basically what we were doing last time. Remember, everything in the bracket needs multiplying by the thing at the front. And that's expanded it, okay? So I want you to press pause on the video. I want you to do all four of those, please. Don't just skip it, but do all four as if you would. And then unpause the video and see if it matches with my answers. Okay, off you go. Okay, we have unpaused. So let's have a look at this. Well, we need to times everything in the bracket by the thing at the front. So 3x times x. Well, the 3 doesn't have any number to multiply by, so it stays as 3. And x times x is x squared. And then we do 3x times the other thing in the bracket, which is the 4. So 4 lots of 3x is 12x. And they're both positive, so it stays as positive. Yeah. Now 2y times by y. Well, 2 times, well, there's nothing to times it by other than 1 maybe, I suppose. So it's just a 2. And then I've got y times y, which we write as y squared. We know that means y times by itself. Now 2y times by this. Now this is negative 5. So I've got positive 2 times by negative 5. Positive times a negative leaves a negative answer. Now 2 times 5 is 10. And the y, well, there's no other y to times it by, so it's just y, 10y. 2y squared, take away 10y. Onto this one, we've got 5x times by 2x. 5 times by 2 is 10. X times by x is x squared. And then 5x times by negative 3. Well, 5 is positive, isn't it? So it's positive times by negative. So you get a negative answer. 5 3s are 15. And the x doesn't have another x to times by, so it's just x. Basically 3 lots of 5x. And last one, 7y times by 7y. Well, 7 7s are 49. And y times y is y squared. And then I'm going to do 7y times 7x. Did you spot they were different, the x and the y? So we can't put y squared again. 7 times 7 is 49, and we've got y times by x. All we can do is write them next to each other. It's not squared because it's not itself. It's two entirely different things, y and x. Now I can't put yx. Oh, it just hurts my head, so I have to put xy. But actually, that's fine. It doesn't matter which way round you put that, whether it's 49yx or 49xy, it means the same thing. It just means they're times together. Good. Right, I hope you got those right. If not, maybe go back to the previous video and check that out and have another go at the explanation there. But let's move on to this. So expand and simplify these double brackets. As I say, double the fun. And we will definitely need to expand and simplify all of these. And I've got two methods for doing these. I'm going to show you both, and then I'll probably do more of the method I like using more, which is just basically a series of arrows to remind me what I'm multiplying together. But otherwise, we use a method called FOIL, because it's important that, so here are two brackets, right? Very typical question. The first bracket's got x and a 2 in it. Second bracket's got x and a 3. And it's really important that everything in the first bracket, both of these things, gets multiplied separately by everything in the second bracket as well, both of these things. So that's actually 4 little bits of multiplication I need to do. And FOIL helps me remember to do all 4 of those things. And FOIL stands for firsts, outers, inners, and lasts. Right, so if you're doing question and you like using FOIL method, you might not know yet, but you'll find out. You just write FOIL down, and this is what we do. Right, first, so multiply together the first thing in each bracket. So that would be the x times by the x, and that gives you x squared. Okay, now in my method, I would just write the arrow, and then I put x squared over here. But FOIL is a really good method too. Outers. So the outside things, that's the things furthest apart, right on the outside. So the x times by the 3. Well, 3 times by x is 3x. Okay, and that's positive. So on here, I'm going to put positive 3x, so plus 3x. Then I, inners, the inside things. Well, that would be the 2 and the x. That's the two things closest together. So that would be 2x. And that's a positive 2x, so let's just put 2x up there. And then last, the last thing in each bracket is the thing right on the right-hand side. So the 2 times by the 3, which is 6, which again is positive. So I just put positive 6, right? Okay. Now, look at this. If I just change colour just to highlight this a little bit, there's a bit in the middle here. We've got 3x plus 2x. There's usually these two things which can be simplified together. Or if you're doing FOIL, it's usually these two. Look, I've got 3x and 2x. Now that will simplify, that's the simplify bit, to 5x. Yeah, both of those will go down to 5x, which is also positive. So actually, my expression can be written as x squared plus 5x, and then just that little 6 on the end there. And that has been simplified. So the expand is the multiplying out, those 4 things you need to do, those 4 multiplications. And then the simplify is putting the 2 bits together where you've got, say, 3x and 2x to make 5x, right? And then that's totally correct. Yep. It's quicker once I've explained it and you can just get on with it. Now, I'm not going to use FOIL now, but essentially I'm still using it. I'm just going to put these lines on, though, because that shows me multiplying the first, the outers, the inners, and the lasts together. So firsts, the x times by the x. Well, x times x is x squared. Outers, so the outside things, the x times by the 5. They're both positive, so that's 5x, just plus 5x. Then inners, the inside things closest together here. So x times by the 4. So that's 4x. And then last, the last thing in each bracket, so the 4 times by the 5, which is 20. All right, so that's a good start. Then I've got 2 things I can put together. The 5x, which is positive, plus 4x, which makes a total of 9x. And that's just a positive 9x, yeah, because I've started with 5, added 4 to get 9. 20, yeah? Get the idea now? Let's do one more and then you can have a go. Let's do first, outers, inners, last. So, first things, x times by x equals x squared. Outers, the outside things, x times by the 6, which is 6x. The inners, which is this 6 times by the x, the things closest together on the inside, which is also 6x. And then the last thing in each bracket, that on the right hand side there, the 6 times by the 6, which is 36. And then anything we can simplify, we put together. So I've got plus 6x plus another 6x. That makes a total of 12x. Yep, so x squared plus 12x plus 36 is the same as these double brackets next to each other. Just if we expand and simplify, we get this expression as well. It's probably worth pointing out at this point, you know, that really, if you're going to do this, I always think of this as like the parrot, because that can go like that. And then you put a little eye in it, and then a little neck. And it's a parrot going squawk. Squawk, squawk, squawk. Do you need a squawk, squawk? Maybe it should have a Q in it. Okay, I'm going to go away and find out how you spell squawk, and you're going to have a go at some questions. So I want you to pause the video, please, expand those 3 sets of double brackets, simplify them, and then unpause to see if it matches my answer. Unpause. Let's go. Expand and simplify. Right, firsts. So x times x is x squared. Outers. X times by 2. Hopefully you got 2x. Inners. 2 times by x again is 2x. And 2 times by the 2 is 4. So when you simplify this, you should get x squared plus 4x, because 2x plus 2x is 4x, plus the 4. Yep. I've got to change pen. I can't sit there with the red pen. I've got to go back to the blue. Next one, first thing in each brackets. X times x is x squared. Outers, outside things, x times by the 7. But that would be 7. Remember, this is all multiplying. The 2 brackets are touching, so it means multiply. And then inners, 3 times by the x is 3x. And then 3 times by the 7 is 21. So that's it expanded. Now let's simplify. X squared, well, I've got 7x, and I add 3x to it to get a total of 10x plus 21. And the last one here then, so first, x times by x equals x squared. Outers. Well, x times by the 8 is 8x. Inners, so 4 times by the x is 4x. And last, 4 times by the 8 is 32. So 8x plus 4x is 12x. So it's x squared plus 12x plus 32. Great stuff, you got that. Let's move on. Now, all of those had something in common, and it was that everything was positive. Now, what about if we chuck a few negatives in there to see what happens then? Now, we're going to use the same method again. I'm just going to, just show you FOIL one more time, just so that we know we're happy with this. Okay, well, first of all, firsts. Well, x times by the x is x squared. That's all fine, because it's all positive. Outers. X times by negative 5. Now, it's not x take away 5. This is x times by negative 5, which gives you a negative 5x. Yeah, let's start my little stream up here. So I've already got negative x. Now, inners, well, that's 2 times by x. They're both positive. So I get 2x. Now, they're positive, aren't they? So that's just positive there. And last, the 2 times the negative 5. Well, positive times a negative gives you a negative. 2 times 5 is 10. So that's negative 10. Right, what about the simplifying here, though? Well, x squared is obviously going to stay the same. But I've got negative 5 and positive 2. So if you imagine a number line, start at negative 5, and then I need to add 2 to it. And if I'm adding 2, I'm always going that way if I'm adding. Well, I don't quite get as far as 0, do I? I only get 2 jumps along, which is negative 3. So I've got minus 3x. Take away the 10. Yeah? So it can throw a couple of extra little problems in here. Just be careful with your negatives. Let's do another one. So firsts. X times by x is x squared. Now you can keep using FOIL. If you like FOIL, do FOIL. I like the arrows, but I like to show you both ways so you can choose. Now outers, x times by the 3 is 3x. And inners, the inside thing, so negative 1 times by x. Well, that's negative 1x. Now I'm actually going to write 1x. I wouldn't usually write 1x, because I'm a mathematician and we're lazy. We don't like writing the 1. Usually we just leave it. But for now, before I simplify it, I am going to write the 1. Up to you if you want to or not. Depends if you're as awesome as me. Now, negative 1 times by positive 3. So negative times positive leaves a negative answer. 1, 3 is 3. And let's do some simplifying. Right, x squared. Now I've got 3x. Take away 1x leaves, I think it's quite straightforward, isn't it? Leaves 2x. 3 take away 1 is 2, with the negative 3 on the end. Yeah, okay, one more example. Oh, look at this. We've got 2 negatives this time. But let's just stick to our rules. It'll go fine. All right, FOIL then. So, firsts. X times by x is x squared. Outers. So x times negative 5. Now, positive times a negative leaves a negative. So this is going to be negative 5x. Inners. So negative 5 times x again. So again, same thing, negative 5x. And then lasts, negative 5 times negative 5. Now what's going to happen here? We've got negative times by negative. The signs are the same, so it leaves a positive answer. And 5 5s are 25. And let's do some simplifying. Right, negative 5, take away 5. If you're thinking of your number line again, we've got 0, put in negative 5. Now, I've started at negative 5, and then I'm going to take away 5. If I'm taking away, I'm always going this way. And that will actually take me even more negative, down to negative 10. Plus 25 on the end. Yep. Okay, right, have some fun with the negatives then. Here's some questions for you to do. There's 3 of them. Pause the video and then unpause when you're done to see if it matches my answers. Cool, we've unpaused. And let's do it. Right, FOIL. Firsts, x times by x is x squared. Outers, x times by negative 2 is negative 2x. Inners, 6 times x is 6x, and they're both positive. And then 6 times negative 2. Positive times a negative leaves a negative. 6 times 2 is 12. And then don't forget to simplify. Negative 2 plus 6 will leave you at positive 4x. You start with negative 2, add 6 to it, you get positive 4. Yep. So x squared plus 4x, take away 12. Right, firsts, x times x is x squared. Outers, x times negative 7 is negative 7x. Inners, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And negative times a negative, so negative 3 times negative 7, which is our last, leaves a positive answer. 3 7s are 21. That's the expand. Now let's simplify. Negative 7, take away 3. So start at negative 7, then take away another 3. You get to negative 10. Yeah, if you're not sure on that, let's have a look. There's my number line. Start at negative 7. I'm going to take away. Oh, that's negative 7. I'm taking away, so I always go to the left. Taking away 3. So it gets down to negative 10. Plus 21. Yep, and last one. So firsts, x times x is x squared. Outers, x times 9 is 9x, and they're both positive. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And negative 4 times the positive 9. Negative times positive leaves a negative answer. 4 9s are 36. So x squared. Start at 9, take away 4, you are left with 5. So 5x take away 36. X squared plus 5x take away 36. Cool. Okay, well, how about a couple of problems then, since we're getting good at these? There's 3 questions. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to leave them there for you to do. I want you to pause and then unpause when you're done. Off you go. Let's unpause. Right, did you figure this one out? Now, x squared plus 5x with a little flying 2. It's saying it's squared. What does that mean? Well, that means anything squared is times by itself. So this simply means that you have got 2 brackets, well, you know, the same brackets multiplied by itself, basically. X plus 5 times by x plus 5, both in brackets. When you expand this, you should get x squared plus 5x plus another 5x plus 5 times 5 is 25. So you should have simplified it to x squared plus 10x plus 25. Because we've done lots of those examples, so I'm not going to do my arrows. But that's what that means. So that's the problem there. If you see a bracket squared, it means that bracket times by itself. Number 2, write the area of this rectangle as an expression in its simplest terms. Well, area of a rectangle is length times by width. Well, the length is x plus 7. The width is x plus 4. So if I want to work out the area, I need to do the length times by the width. It is a double brackets question. Expand them out and you get x squared. Outers would be 4x. Inners would be 7x. And then last, 7 times 4 is 28. But it did say in its simplest terms, so you must simplify it. So you get x squared plus 11x plus 28. Okay, if you're not sure about those, go right back to the start, because these are, you know, just straightforward double brackets where they're both positive. Nice, straightforward question, hopefully. Right, this one I will do a bit more on. Expand and simplify this expression. It looks straightforward, but look, we've got some coefficients with x. That means there's a number touching x. Posh word, coefficient. So the coefficient of this x here is 2. Coefficient of this one is 3. But we're going to do the same thing. We're still going to do FOIL. So firsts, 2x times 3x. Think about right at the start, 2x times 3x. Well, 2 times 3 is 6. X times x is x squared. Outers. So 2x times by the 1. Well, that will just be 2x. Inners. 5 times by the 3x. Well, 5 lots of 3x is 15x. And then 5 times by the 1 is 5. So I have got 6x squared plus, well, we've got 2x and 15x, which makes a total of 17x plus 5. Well, really well, genuinely well done if you got that right, okay? Oh, that 5 is terrible, isn't it? But never mind. Okay, good stuff. Well done if you got those. What I want you to do now is click the link in the Show My Homework post, or type in that URL if you've lost it. But it's easier to type it in, to click on the Show My Homework link. I want you to answer these questions, and then message me on Show My Homework with what score you got, please. Or ideally, take a photo of the screenshot of what you got right, and send it to me so I can see it submitted. One thing I will say is how it wants you to put your answers in, because it is a mere computer, so the square bit could be a bit tricky. Now, if I was multiplying out this first one, I would get, and they've used different letters, not just x, but it's the same thing, b squared plus 3b plus 1b plus 3 times 1 is 3, which would be b squared plus 4b plus 3. Now, if you look here, to put in the squared thing, you need this little up arrow. So in this case, it would put, if there's a number next to the x, you need to put it. In this case, it's just 1, so I don't need to put 1x or 1b. So I would type in b hat symbol 2, and that is like b squared. That's what that says. And then whatever's in front of the other letters, you put them in. So in this case, 4b just plus 3, right? So just for the squared term, you need to put the hat and the 2. That's what you'd need to type in for b squared, is b hat 2. All right. Okay, good stuff. Off you go, and I'll see you next time. Good luck.